You want to know the exact steps you need to take to drop belly fat and get that six pack. What's up, guys? My name's Kalechi. You can call me Coach K. So we've already done a part 1. I went over what to do in your first 2 weeks of your cut. In this episode, we're going to teach you what to expect from weeks 2 to 6. You might run into some roadblocks, so you're going to want to watch out for these mistakes if you want to go from fat to fit. So let's get into it. What to expect after your 2 weeks of cutting from weeks 3 to 6. Now, at this point, especially if you're on week 3, that means that by now you should have set your habits. What does that look like? So basically, you should have your routine down packed because you've been doing it for 2 weeks. You should know exactly what type of meals that you're eating. You should know how many calories are in those meals. If there's enough protein in those meals, you should have your eating schedule down. So if you eat in the morning or at night, or if you do your intermittent fasting routine, whatever it is, maybe you've added in some steady state cardio. Maybe you go for a walk every morning to help keep you in that calorie deficit. And I know for sure you guys are definitely tracking what you're eating, because obviously that's very important, right? So this is everything that you should have in place by now on week 3. So what can happen for a lot of people, especially between weeks 3 and 6, it's very common that you might hit a plateau. What's a plateau? You're following your diet, you're following your exercise, and you're looking at the scale, and the scale's not changing. So you hit day 15, day 16, day 17, day 18, day 19, and your weight is still hovering right around the same area. You're not really gaining weight and you're not really losing weight. What to keep in mind during a plateau is 1, this is completely normal. Your body makes adjustments to your hormones, to your water weight as you cut. So even though the scale is staying around the same weight, chances are you're still making progress. But the question is, how do you break through that plateau and keep steady on your fat loss journey? This is why it's so important to track what you eat and how much exercise you're doing. What you're going to do is you're going to look over your list of everything that you ate and all the exercise that you've done, and you're going to observe it. So you're going to look at week 1, you're going to look at your diet, you're going to look at your exercise, and then you're going to look at how much weight you dropped, what you ate on the days that you dropped weight. You're going to do the same exact thing for week 2. Now, if you've hit a plateau, that can be for a multitude of reasons, right? Some common reasons why you might hit a plateau is 1, your body might just simply be holding on to excess water, which is probably one of the easiest things to overcome. If your body's simply just holding water weight, just continue with your diet, and at a certain point, your body will decide it's time to let go of that water weight, and the scale will start moving again in your favor. Second reason why you might be hitting a plateau is you might be feeling depleted, right? Maybe you've dropped your carbs lower, maybe your energy levels are down, and maybe your stress levels are up slightly. So in this case, you're going to look at your diet, and it's actually okay to increase your carbs, right? This is actually something that's quite fancy. It's called carb cycling. Every now and again, when you're cutting, you'll reach a point to where you've dropped weight, you're at steady weight, but your energy levels are down, right? Your body holds glycogen, basically sugar in the muscles, to help your body perform exercises. So when you get depleted on your glycogen, again, your workouts can suffer and your sleep can also suffer. So what you want to do is you want to up the carbs slightly. You don't want to go crazy. Up your carbs slightly so your energy levels come back. Something you could do is, okay, maybe you eat an orange, or maybe you eat a couple oranges throughout the day, and your glycogen levels return, your energy levels come back. You're still roughly around the same weight because obviously you didn't go crazy with the carbohydrates, right? You just had some extra fruit. And then your sleep gets better, your workouts get better, and you stick with your diet, making sure that you're still in that caloric deficit. And what will happen is your energy levels will go up over the course of a couple, maybe 3 to 4 days. Then you can cut out the extra carbs. And typically what happens during this time is that you stabilize at that lower weight. So your body gets used to being at that weight, right? You've fueled up on your carbohydrates, you've restored your glycogen reserves. Then you get back on track with your calories, making sure they're at the right spot. You might want to drop it maybe 100, 200 calories, depending on how you feel. And from there, you just follow the trend, right? Same way you're in a calorie deficit and training in the first 2 weeks, that's what you're going to do to break through that plateau. But just remember, it's very simple. You increase your carbohydrates to get your energy levels back up. Obviously, you don't go crazy. And then you drop them back to exactly what they were and watch that weight continue to drop as you smash through that plateau, right? So keep in mind, plateaus are all about dealing with your lower energy levels, right, with the carbs. And then the second half of things is that as you decrease in weight and you decrease in body fat, the amount of calories that your body needs to maintain its weight actually changes. So every now and again, you'll actually reach a point where you actually need to make sure you drop your calories lower if you want to continue losing weight and break through plateaus. So obviously, there's the side where your energy levels are down and basically you just need to restore your glycogen reserves, get your energy levels back up and continue. Once you do that, your sleep will also improve, so will your hormones, and then it will be easier to drop fat because your hormones are in the right spot. Other side of things is that occasionally you actually do need to lower your calories. Again, you've been tracking everything, so you can just take a look at things, decide where you're going to cut the calories. Obviously, make sure that there's still enough protein in your diet. You don't want to lower your protein too much because you don't want to end up skinny fat. And from there, obviously the calories will be lower. You should feel good. And again, give it time and that scale will continue to drop. Now, the third thing to look out for is that when you are in a plateau and that weight is stabilized, check your measurements. Occasionally, you think you're in a plateau, but your body's actually dropping fat. Maybe you might have actually put on a little bit of muscle. So check those measurements. If your waist is getting smaller and your shoulders are getting wider, you're probably in a good spot. So again, don't worry too much about the scale. Make sure you're tracking everything, because you got to remember, it's the fact that you've tracked everything that is going to allow you to make these adjustments so you can smash through that plateau. And then from there, all you got to do is follow the script. If you need extra help with figuring out how to break through your plateaus, or you need help with your macros, or you just need some extra accountability to keep you motivated on your fitness journey, we do offer one-on-one coaching. So if you need that extra help, check us out. Easiest way and quickest way to get in touch is through WhatsApp. There are also links on the channel. Any questions you have, leave them down below in the comments. And make sure you smash through those plateaus and chisel up for the summer. Until next time, peace.